This is Ryan Andes. Welcome to another video presented by eReselling.com. This is website flipping, and we're getting started. This is meant to be a very basic beginner, just outline overview of domain names and websites. Basically, this is not the most advanced video we have on the site, but this is a great place to start if you're just getting into it or you haven't had success with what you're doing. So let's get started. Alright, so what we're going to need first is obviously a domain name. Picking a domain name is very important. That could be the most important part when we're planning here. It's good to keep them short and brandable, or have maybe 2 keywords. Obviously one would be good too, but you're not going to get too many actual words unless you're really going to invest some money. What I mean by that is if you have like an online shopping site you want to start and you want to sell TVs, you don't want to have TV discount online seller.com. You know, you want to have 2 keywords. I mean, you can think about it. Do you know any sites that have more than 2 keywords that are successful? I can't think of any on the top of my head. PayPal. You know, it's 2 keywords, or it's a very short brandable word, or an abbreviation. You know, NBC, CBS. But you know, you have Amazon, you have ClickBank. You know, it's just not going to be good for you. It's not going to have a lot of potential resale value if you're picking domain names like that, or ones that people can't pronounce, or ones that people can't type. So, I'll give you an example. When we're looking at domain names, there's a couple great sites out there. One is called SDBot, and another one is Valuate. They actually use SDBot. And basically, when you're looking to buy a domain name or register a domain name, you can check to see what your potential market would be like, how many times the keywords are searched, and what the average cost per click will be. So we can look at one domain name real quick that I have. This is a domain name that I just set up. I haven't built a website for it yet. Well, actually, we're going to do that in one of our later videos. But I just wanted to show you how you can look up domain names you're thinking about either buying or registering. Forextax.com. Okay, it breaks down the keywords for you. Forex tax. Category finance investment, which is always a great category. It says it's worth $1,100 already. I paid $5 for it on eBay. We could go down here and you can look at domain names that have sold that would be related to it and when they sold. I mean, wow, it's been a long time. Then we're going to go down here. We got the search overview. So how many search results, keyword. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. We got actually it's traffic rank. Monthly searches. There we go. So we got 6,700 monthly searches, which is decent. But this is the great part right here is we're going to get an average of $3.71 per click, which is awesome. So we're going to put up content, stuff like that. We're going to make some money on a site like this. So, but it's short, it's catchy, it's 2 words. That's a domain name that we would like to develop into a website. So let's get back on track here. Alright, so briefly went over the domain names. Make sure you pick a good one. Like I said, look to see what the cost per click is, so you can get some keywords, see if you get a good deal. A good place to find cheap domain names is always eBay, or you can be creative and think of one yourself. Next, after you picked out your domain name that you want, you need to find somewhere to host it. I mean, you can do this yourself. If you have high-speed internet and you have some basic understanding of networks and servers, by all means, if you know how to do that, go for it. Save yourself some money. But hosting is very cheap these days. GoDaddy has a shared plan for $4.99. It's GoDaddy.com. I do recommend HostGator.com. You get a good business plan for about $10 a month, and they're incredible. You'll get to see some of that later. Actually, we're going to set up one of those accounts. It's going to be another video, but just make sure you find a good, reliable hosting, and Dedicated servers are great too, but I'd wait till you had a little more experience. I mean, it's going to run you about $100 or more a month for most dedicated servers, but that's going to basically give you a lot more advantages than shared hosting. But after you got your domain name, grab that hosting account. A basic understanding of HTML is going to be crucial. You don't have to know anything about developing websites if you have the money to pay somebody to do it. Okay, there's a lot of ways now you can make sites like on Etsy and Zazzle where you don't need to know HTML, and that's fine. But a basic understanding would be a plus, because there's little changes you're going to make. You need to add code, add links, even in those sites. It will go a long way. So if you don't have a basic knowledge of HTML, I recommend picking up a book. Just do some searches online. Get a feel for it, because it'll open up a lot more possibilities for you. You won't be confined to just listing on third-party sites. You can do this yourself, and that's really what we want to do. You're not going to resell your Etsy account or your Zazzle account, so it doesn't really apply here. So either spend time or money. You go to freelance sites like elance.com, iScripts, Freelancer, and you can hire somebody. You can tell them your budget. Say you want to spend $300, $200, $500, whatever, and people will bid on your project and tell you what it'll cost and what we can do. So you don't have to know how to develop a website. You just have to be willing to pay somebody to do it, or spend the time to learn how to do it. So next, we want to figure out what kind of site do we want to build here. Think about your hobbies, things you like to do, things that interest you, sports, education, news, whatever it is. Hobby, guitar playing the drums, knitting, something, whatever it is. Think about that. Now, do you want to sell something? It's e-commerce. Do you want to write about something? Do you want to have a blog? Are you a good writer? And basically you'd be earning money from ads and affiliate links, stuff like that. You have a forum, which is basically very time consuming, because a lot of people will try to spam on your forum. There's tons of spammers out there that just search for forums in the search engines and just post links to their sites on your forum. So you have to constantly be pruning it, they call it, and just stay on top of it. But that's another very profitable, great way to throw up a website, and it's very easy. And all of these will be in a later video. It's called Website Asset Creation. We actually will go through and set up websites, do the hosting, we install packages, and we go from there. But this is just more of an overview. So we're going to run through this. We've got classified listings, portals like directories. You have reviews of things, news and information. You could take what's called RSS feeds from different sites, whether it's about domain names, about news, anything. You can find a feed for it, and basically it'll populate your site with content. These are all great starter sites. I also have software packages, and it'll all be on ereselling.com in your members profile on there, and you can download that, and there's guides and videos on how to actually install these and run these. But just figure out what kind of site that you would like to set up to get started with. I mean, that's very important first, the second step. Like I said, we'll pick a topic, product or service. If it's baseball, football, you want to sell jerseys, bats. Do you want to actually buy them and ship them yourself? Do you want to find a distributor and drop ship them, basically? Whatever interests you and whatever you want to do with that, you just need to figure out what kind of product or service line you need, because it's really all about having a niche. You don't want to just have a mall with everything in it. You can't compete with Walmart and Dick's and every other massive brand out there, because people aren't going to want to go to your site that they've never heard of and just search for anything. They're coming there because it's unique. So make sure you take a lot of time to figure out what you want to sell or offer there. Like I said, we already went over some of the stuff. You can blog about your life, which I know guys that are making 80 to 100K a year just off of Google AdSense. They just write about their life, write about what's going on. They make a ton of money doing what they love. Stock news, tips, all that good stuff. So we kind of already went over some of this. So that was basic understanding there. We're going to go ahead and continue to the next video now.